You ready yet?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Sitting here wondering what the heck's taking you so long to get in here. You're going swimming. We're going to learn about swimming. We're not actually going to go swimming. Is this your Darth Vader impression?
You're going to swim.
You're going to go swimming.
It's dangerous swim.
The dangerous swim, yeah.
How did you?
Well,
Okay.
I've already hit record. You don't have your glasses on. You can't see anything. Go change.
Natasha.
Debbie.
Show.
The show.
Welcome to it. Just two patriotic girls.
Learning about the world.
So please, don't take us the wrong way.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Before we get started, I have a special announcement.
What?
You already know this.
I do, and I'm excited.
The Natasha and Debbie show is turning 2 on Tuesday. Can you believe we've been doing YouTube for 2 years?
2 on Tuesday. What? Our very first episode launched on
right.
August 8th, 2021, despite what Google says. But it was our very first episode. And yeah.
So coming Tuesday, we're going to have a special episode for you to celebrate.
And it's not a reaction video. It's something even, I think you'll really like it. Let's put it that way.
Hopefully you will. And if you like the content we put out here on YouTube, please hit that like button and consider subscribing.
And if you don't.
Oh no, please don't do that. Ears.
Yeah. But this, it just goes with the shirt. Anyway, sorry.
It does go with the shirt. Your shirt goes with what we're going to do today, what we're going to take a look at.
It really goes with it, but.
We're going to take a look at the most dangerous swim in the world.
In the world, you say?
In the world. You said you've heard of this, doing this. I have not heard of
I have
this.
heard of it. It's been a while back. I remember seeing something on the news, and I think it's the same thing. Pretty sure it is. I just remember seeing us in my head. I have a little memory of a boat going next to a swimmer, and I think they were timing her or something like that, and it took forever, but it was just a small clip, and that's all I know about it. But so this one is sent to us by one of our lovely subscribers and friends in the UK, and it you said it's called The Most Dangerous Swim in the World, and it says swimmers dedicate months and even years of their lives to cross the English Channel. What?
I'm challenged swimming in a pool, let alone in like a lake, a river, a channel. So
that's
this will be interesting to find out.
Yeah, like I said, I only saw like a clip of something, and I don't even know if it was the same thing. Yeah. But this sounds insane. It sounds like supernatural stuff that humans shouldn't be able to do. So I don't know if they actually have done it or do it or succeeded or not.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty far distance. I didn't think it looked swimmable.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here to find out, I guess. So I think without any further ado, it's time to watch The Most Dangerous Swim in the World.
Swimmers dedicate months and even years of their lives to cross the English Channel. To most people, it's simply a small segment of water that separates England and France in the Atlantic Ocean.
It's not that small.
But to swimmers, it's more than that. It's one of the most challenging and rewarding swims in the world. It requires intense mental and physical training to prepare the body and mind for the crossing. It's nothing like your typical swim race. Crossing the English Channel takes grit, determination, and the willingness to put your body through some of the most intense elements. To put things in perspective, the English Channel is 21 miles, or nearly 32 kilometers long. Swimmers typically start in England, between Folkestone and Dover, and swim across to France, ending in Cap Gris-Nez. But the crossing is far from a straight shot.
That is pretty far. And a whole lot of waves there.
I can't walk that far.
Right, 21 miles, that's a long.
I get out there about half a mile, and then I just go,
I probably won't get that far. I'm not a great swimmer, like I said in the beginning.
But you do a daggone cute doggy paddle.
I do. I mean, I can swim with any golden retriever, but probably not as far. Thank you.
In Cap Gris-Nez. But the crossing is far from a straight shot. Currents often push swimmers in more of an S formation as they make their way across. Swimmers move perpendicular to the current. For about the first 6 hours of the swim, the current will push the swimmer up the channel. For the next 6 hours, the current switches directions, pushing the swimmer down.
Sorry. How do you stay awake that long while moving?
Yeah.
This is my,
I wouldn't even think about the
What?
current taking you.
Yeah, that
pushing
part's
you.
great, but 6 hours in the next 6 hours, that's at least 12 hours. I can do maths.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that
Yeah.
moving and swimming takes so much physical work.
It does.
And to do that for that many hours, I don't know how the
that's like
muscles don't
12
atrophy.
hours.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, what do you do if you have to go to the bathroom? But that one's easy.
I think that one is easy.
At least one of okay, never mind. Let's go back to the video.
Up the channel. For the next 6 hours, the current switches directions, pushing the swimmer down the channel.
it's so good.
Battling this famous current is one of the most challenging parts of conquering the English Channel, and it's just the start of what swimmers are up against. Waves can reach up to 2 meters in height, and swimmers often encounter jellyfish, seaweed, and other.
No, I'm not getting in there with jellyfish. Just not going to happen.
Debbie
Nope.
doesn't do the ocean. When we go to the ocean, she cracks me up. She sits at poolside.
To the pool by the ocean.
While I'm playing in the ocean by myself.
Jellyfish, no.
Up to 2 meters in height, and swimmers often encounter jellyfish, seaweed, and other ocean debris. The water temperature ranges from 14 to 18
Yeah,
Celsius.
I was wondering.
Chilly, right?
That's cold.
And here's the kicker. For your swim to be considered an official crossing, you can't wear a wetsuit.
Oh, hell
But
no.
Mother Nature's behavior isn't the only thing swimmers have to contend with. The English Channel is also one of the busiest shipping corridors in the world, with 600 tankers passing through and 200 ferries crossing every day. That makes for a potentially dangerous swim.
Yeah.
All of that said, it's pretty clear why so many swimmers have the English Channel at the top of their swimming bucket list. People have been putting their swimming skill and endurance to the test across the English Channel since the late 1800s.
Why?
Matthew Webb
Sorry.
was the first person to swim the English Channel
get it.
officially, completing the England to France route in 1875 in 21 hours and 45 minutes.
What?
Holy crap. 1875. Almost 22 hours. Okay, that's I can't stay awake that long. Again, while doing vigorous physical activity
I know.
in cold, very cold, you know,
Exactly.
while making sure I don't hit a ship
or
and
a ship run
jellyfish.
over you.
And these people are insanely impressive. Again, it's supernatural strength. It's not human. It's not human.
No, it's not.
Aquaman can't do that. Back to the video.
American Gertrude Ederle became the first woman to cross the channel in 1926, finishing in 14
Crazy.
hours and
Hey.
39 minutes, beating the men's
Still.
record time by more than 2 hours. Many more swimmers have since completed the channel,
How
and
many?
the current record for a single crossing stands at 6 hours and 55 minutes for men and 7 hours
Whoa.
and 25 minutes for women.
That's impressive.
But some people dream bigger than just crossing the channel once.
What?
They
Twice?
choose to do it multiple times.
Why? Sorry.
Australia's Chloe McCradle
Go Australia.
has swum the channel 44 times in her life, and that's the record.
I thought that was just
I
because she
was
took her
just about
like.
to get that.
I thought she was 44, but I didn't think she looked 44.
I know. I was wondering what that was
What the
in the clip
crap?
earlier.
Does she have really webbed fingers and feet? I mean, that's insanely insane. It's insanely insane.
Amazing. Go for you.
Yeah.
Proud
I
of
keep
you.
saying why, but it's not something I would do, but I get it. It's just like people do a lot of
Personal
different things.
accomplishment.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I would not do it, but I couldn't do it. If I could, probably would, but I can't, so I don't. Do you agree?
Chloe McCradle has swum the channel 44 times in her life, and that's the record. And still, other people go even further, crossing the channel multiple times in a single swim.
What?
In 2019, American Sarah Thomas became the first person to swim the English Channel 4 ways non-stop. It took her 54
Insane,
hours.
but cool.
But for every swimmer who successfully crosses the English Channel, there are countless others who don't finish.
Sorry for the quick pause. I'm just thinking about this and all the energy that would take.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you refuel yourself?
Mhm. You
And
grab
then
you just bite onto a jellyfish.
Did you take a I mean, I'm sure it takes a lot of prepping to,
Some minnows that come by.
build up some weight and energy and store all that. But I wonder if they get to take a little break in between to
I don't think you
eat
can take a
once they
break.
get to one side. So
For a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's the weather conditions, and other times it's an issue with their nutrition. Hypothermia kicks in,
Yeah,
or
that-
another health issue. This is no
Atrophy.
leisurely swim, and over the years, at least 10 swimmers have died attempting to cross the channel.
I'm not
But
surprised.
that number is probably much lower than the reality. As you can probably tell, successfully swimming the English Channel takes a lot of training and planning, a little bit of luck. Let's dive in to how you can make the English Channel swim happen. First, you have to register. Many people start planning their swims 2 years in advance.
I'm not surprised.
There are a few different organizations that facilitate channel swims, so do your research and find the one that works for you. If you want to swim the channel, you have to start saving money. It's not cheap. Reserving the required boat and pilot could cost £3,000 alone. Add on to that about £400 for registration, plus £75 for an official Channel Swimming Association certificate, and it's a pricey undertaking. And that doesn't include any airfare, transportation, or lodging for yourself or anyone who will come with you. Within a year of your swim date, you must also complete a 6-hour swim in water that is 60 degrees Fahrenheit or colder.
No.
And submit to the Channel Swimming Association to confirm your ability to withstand the cold. You'll also need to complete a medical evaluation before you're cleared to cross the channel.
Okay, I just have to
Once
say
you're-
that's cool. I didn't know that they did this. There was actual regulations. I thought these were a lot of people that were just kind of
just jump in and swim across.
no, not completely. I like they train for it, of course, but I didn't know
Yes.
there was medical checkups. Good. I would fail, so there's no way they'd say yes.
and having the boat to go. with you,
Exactly.
Yes, that does make
If you're
sense.
all registered and your paperwork is in order, you'll be given a time window in which you can start your swim, typically about 5 to 10 days, sometime between July and September. You want to swim in the best conditions possible, so this window gives some wiggle room for your boat pilot to choose the best conditions. And now it's time to start training. Many swimmers start training for the channel 12 to 18 months
I
out
believe
from
it.
the chosen date. This allows for plenty of time to acclimate to cold water and build endurance for the crossing. If you're a less experienced swimmer, you may need to start training 2 years out or more to give your body the time it needs
Could've started
to
40
build
years ago and I
endurance
wouldn't be ready.
and strength. And as with any training plan, you'll want to build up your volume until a month or so before your crossing. Then you'll start to taper and rest and prepare for the day of your swim. There's no one-size-fits-all to training for the English Channel. How you train depends on your current fitness level and how far out your swim date is. Throughout your training, aim to complete a few long open water swims in cold water if you can. This isn't a leisurely stroll in the water.
Nope.
We're talking 5-hour plus swims. Some channel swimmers recommend swimming 50 miles per week in peak training for the crossing. Wow. Mixing in pool and open water workouts.
Just no way.
But ultimately, it depends on your individual needs and experience. There are numerous swim coaches who specialize in English Channel crossings.
Okay.
Seek them out for help in structuring your program.
How much do they
But
cost?
regardless of how you train, it's
a bit.
important to make sure your technique is on point so you swim as efficiently as possible.
That's exactly my technique right there. Y'all are seeing like me, just pretend that's me. That's like a real video. That's exactly how I swim.
That is how you swim.
And reduce your chance for injury. In a swim as long as the channel, technical imbalances will become more pronounced as you get tired, and that can negatively impact your swim. Open water also requires that you change up your stroke and account for waves, wind, and other water conditions. So make sure you prioritize open water training in your swimming journey. Focus on maintaining your goal pace over long distances in training, and mix in a little bit of speed work and different strokes to build well-rounded fitness and feel of the water. You may only swim freestyle during your channel swim, but trust me, doing a little bit of stroke or IM is good for you. Many experienced channel swimmers also recommend learning how to comfortably breathe on both sides of the body.
Yeah,
If you know how to do this, you'll be able to swim on either side of your pilot boat for extra protection when the wind picks up. When you breathe, you'll always be able to see the boat and you'll stay on course. Prep yourself for the cold water with lots of cold exposure and practice through training. You can do ice baths and swim in cold open water, and that'll do the trick. If possible, practice swimming in twilight or darkness as well, depending on when your swim starts and
You want to go with me to the ocean at night and swim?
Ocean's scary enough during the day. I'm not going at night. Nope.
Look, I love swimming. It's one of my favorite things. It always has been since I was a kid. My dad was actually a lifeguard when he was young, and he was a great swimmer. But I love it. But this is a whole different level.
It's definitely a different level.
This is a serious sport. I mean, geez. I have mass respect, for the people that train for this, to do this.
How long it takes you, you'll probably end up swimming in the dark. It's also smart to compete in a few longer open water races during your training to get more practice. In addition to training in the pool, some also choose to gain extra pounds to stay warm during the swim.
That makes sense.
Now, this isn't a requirement, and it depends on your individual body composition, but some swimmers will gain 10 to 20 pounds to stay more buoyant.
Wow.
A general rule of thumb is to make sure you're eating enough calories to keep you fueled and boosted.
Second time they showed this guy, and I can't stop staring at his butt cheeks. I'm sorry, but for the ladies and some of the gentlemen watching, just a nice little jiggle going on.
General rule of thumb is to make sure you're eating enough calories to keep you fueled and boosted for recovery after every workout. With the amount of swimming you'll be doing, you're gonna get hungry. You'll also need to test out different nutrition options for your swim. The channel is so long that you'll need to refuel at planned intervals and make sure that your body can keep going. Spend time trying various ways to fuel up, both by type of food, how often, and even for hydration. It's essential that you get enough carbs, protein, and electrolytes to keep your body feeling fresh.
Mine wouldn't.
Some swimmers opt for a sports drink and small pieces of fruit or cake, candy bars, and gummies. Others choose to ingest only liquid during the swim. According to the Channel Swimming and Piloting Federation, most swimmers choose to do a feed every hour for the first 2 or 3 hours of the swim, and then increase that frequency to every 30 minutes for the remainder of the channel crossing.
To keep those calories coming.
Now, see, I was always told you're not supposed to swim right after eating.
Myth. I knew you were going to say it.
I know I'm old school like that. I mean, I'm old.
You're not old.
That's just what I always was told growing up.
I mean, I knew that was not true when I was a kid, and I just ate a bunch of junk and jumped in the pool.
Well, I would too, but I mean,
do you ever cramp,
not to do it. No, I don't remember ever cramping.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
just
why.
Curious.
I also recommend that you don't think about your feeding time as a time to rest. Try to keep each feed to 1 minute or less so you can get back to swimming as soon as possible.
Okay, they do take breaks-ish.
When you complete a feed during the swim, make sure you don't make physical contact with the person giving you the nutrition, because that will cause disqualification.
Really?
So many swimmers fail to complete their channel crossing due to a lack of proper nutrition. Don't let that be you. So after all that training and preparation, you've made it to England and you're awaiting the go-ahead to swim. After reviewing the weather conditions, your boat pilot...
I just have a question really quickly. So RNLI, we did a video on the RNLI and enjoyed it, loved them. I wonder how many people they've helped out during this, just out of curiosity, or if they're on standby,
Maybe they're the boat that, goes with them across.
I don't know, because they said you have to hire your own boat.
Oh, yeah.
So, and RNLI is nonprofit, as we know, too. So, just curious if they were kind of on standby during these swims. I would be curious.
Question.
Yeah. I'm sure they've saved people. I'm sure of it.
And you're awaiting the go-ahead to swim. After reviewing the weather conditions, your boat pilot will let you know that you'll be swimming the night before. After celebrating
but that is an interesting thing you just brought up, and I was just thinking about that. Can you have the RNLI come with you instead of hiring a boat? I would imagine not, because you're taking that resource away from other people.
Right.
Sorry, I was just curious, but that was interesting that you brought that up.
Pending swim, spend some time to prepare your gear and nutrition for the next day, and set aside clothing and other necessities after you cross. For your swim to be official, you can only wear one standard swimsuit, one swim cap, one nose clip, earplugs, and goggles. The suit, cap, and goggles that you use are up to you, but they can't offer any extra buoyancy or thermal protection. Make sure you test out a few different suits and goggles in your training swims that lead you up to the best performance when it comes down to make it happen.
Well, I can't go now.
Some swimmers also choose to wear a smartwatch to track the distance, time, and heart rate while they swim. Once your gear is in order, grab dinner with your support crew, fuel up with something easy to digest, such as a big bowl of pasta, and then head down to bed and rest up. Before starting to swim, some people choose to apply a sort of grease like Vaseline to the skin to keep the cold water and prevent chafing. Get yourself all lubed up and await your pilot's send-off. Once you're in the water, it's time to trust your training. You put in months, maybe even years of work into this moment. Trust yourself and trust the support crew and enjoy the journey.
Enjoy it.
On your pilot boat, an official observer will watch over your swim to ensure how you comply with the rules. So your crossing can be marked as official and you'll go down in history. Hours later, you'll touch down in France and make your way onto the beach. You've officially swum the English Channel. Take a moment to soak in all the excitement and emotion that came along with achieving such an incredible undertaking.
Supernatural.
It's time to celebrate. Some people think that swimmers who cross the English Channel are crazy, and they probably are. But regardless of that, crossing the English Channel is one of the world's ultimate swimming challenges.
That's fascinating.
Well, I'm just bummed that I definitely can't do it now. Can't take this with me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need a flotation device of some sort, or I ain't going. Me and Pinky here. Pinky. He's coming with. I do think it's fascinating. I do think that these people are amazing, incredible, and it's just impressive what the human body can accomplish in life. Oh my goodness. I mean, I certainly wouldn't be a person who stood on either on the English side or the French side, whatever. I wouldn't be standing there on the bank and look over and go, I bet you I can swim across that there. You know, I wouldn't. I know my dad talked about when he was young how he swam across the Ohio River, and that's nothing.
Too.
That's nothing compared to this.
Nothing compared to this.
I mean, but this was like in an area too in Kentucky where there was really bad currents and things like that. So, but like, yeah, okay, that ain't nothing. But I could never imagine even thinking about trying it. But you know, my hat's off to anyone that has and has done it. That's insanely awesome.
It's just amazing athleticism.
Yeah.
I mean, just like climbing Mount Everest.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many people actually do this.
I wish he had said.
And I also wonder, like, what is the record of like the youngest person and what's the oldest person? Is there an age limit to even try? Questions. I always have questions.
No, they're good questions, and he didn't cover those. If you know, let us know in the comments of the video. And if you like this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I thought it was very fascinating, like I said, and I think I was correct in what I'd seen years back about that boat, next to somebody. But it's a different type of human being to be able to do something like that.
To push yourself to go that far, to keep going. No matter how long it takes. I mean, there's people that girl that did it for 54 hours. I mean,
and the one that did it 44 times, the Australian that did it 44 times. Clearly it's addicting. I guess we'll have to try it when we come to the UK next year.
You go right ahead. You and Pinky.
Well, while you're in Newcastle in the underground with your candle.
Yeah, I'll be down there.
Who wants to go with me and give it a shot? I will actually jump in there and see how far I make it. I won't be far.
Yeah, if I want them jellyfish.
It's just jellyfish. Anyway, we hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, don't forget, Tuesday, we turn 2.
That's right. We're going to have a special episode for you to celebrate.
I don't look older than... anyway, we turn 2 on Tuesday. 2 years of the Natasha and Debbie show on Tuesday. Special episode. Hope that you'll be there for it. And we can't wait. So thank you so much for watching. And let's all go carb up for Tuesday. Love like jazz, guys.
Be as strong as Tyson. Bye.
Bye.